In a bit, talk too much shit, but she ain't gonna say none.
Not disgustingly.
Big.
Orbital thruster. Orbit seated.
Long time nursing.
Big.
Cuts and pieces.
Big. Again, this 5-page thesis. You know what? Fuck it. Hold on. I'm gonna have to now leave this game, bro. Bro, I'm gonna bite this bullet. I'm gonna bite this bullet now. I'm gonna bite this bullet. I'm gonna bite it. 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 I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna bite the bullet. Fuck it. I'm gonna bite this bullet. I'm gonna regret it. Fuck it. I'm gonna bite the bullet. Not a RATB story. The Despair 0.8 fragmentary passage. You know what I feel like one of the biggest mistakes was for Tainted is letting him play Kingdom Hearts. Because now he's making these goofy ass titles talk about the Despair of 0.8 fragmentary passage. Fuck. Let's just get it. Let's just get it over with, chat. Once we get this over with, we don't gotta deal with this shit anymore. Let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just go. I want you to know how badly you ruined me. These were the words spoken by a stranger that appeared in Retro's room after he was done streaming. After Retro's journey, Retro was dedicating every ounce of effort into his work, and he wanted to improve on his life. Nonetheless, people want to take away your happiness, even though you yourself suffered to get there. I want to implore an idea onto the reader. The idea of sacrifice, the idea of mercy, the idea of betrayal. I despise you, Retro, said the mysterious man. Sacrifice, here we fucking go. The world's most emotional anime OST. Okay, buddy. Alright, buddy. Retro felt the cold circular metal of a 3.57 Magnum on the posterior part of his skull on top of his occipital. What the hell, Tainted? You know I can't read. Occipital bone. Right? The freezing feeling of the metal sent every bit of cortisol being pumped throughout Retro's bloodstream, where he felt his eyes open wide because of it. He immediately felt prickly and wanted to scream. The deviation of this act was brought by Retro's inability to wanting to harm his family, for he screamed. Retro's family and himself would have been in danger of the man in the room with the large piece of metallic wrath bestowed to his head. All Retro could do was pause, take a deep breath, and say the following. "What are you here for?" Retro said. "You know, I wasted so much time in my life to the point where I don't even know anymore. I thought about you so long and hard," said the man with the revolver. Pause! ... Pause! Turn around from your computer screen and face me. Fuck is your problem? Okay. The mysterious man said while sitting on Retro's bed. Bed? Pause! Retro proceeded to turn around slowly. He didn't have to see the mysterious man's face, but all he saw underneath the carved out ski mask was a very familiar set of eyes. The mysterious man in the mask firmly kept his grip on his gun. The masked man wanted to unload every bullet onto Retro. Pause! But he decided to hold back to tell him something important. The mysterious man then said, "What the fuck? Look at all this!" "Once upon a time, I was from a very poor family. We could only bathe in our polluted river as the world kept laughing at us. I would get bullied every day for having the atrocious smell of the river on me. Every day my family would suffer just so I could get a better education one day. For a long time I felt like the burden of my family. I never provided, I was only given. Eventually my family became malnourished, and then they couldn't even feed me anymore because of how weak they were to even go to work. I dropped out of high school and decided to get a job as a dishwasher. They paid me a mere $5 a fucking hour, as I didn't have any job experience beforehand. I survived just by eating the scraps of food that were being thrown away. Entire meals were sometimes being thrown out, so I would give any food to my family. I swore that I would save enough money one day to run my own business, and that I did. I was able to steal a few plates a day from the restaurant, and then I was able to resell them to other restaurants for a very cheap price. I did this with utensils too. I cleaned these plates using every chemical in the book just so I could sell them. The management never noticed because they assumed enough plates were being broken as part of their standard reorder. Okay, we're being broken as a part of the standard to reorder the plates. I eventually got a second job as a sewer technician assistant where I smelled awful every day. Not even the bus drivers would let me on the bus anymore. I did this until I had enough of my own money to buy a cart. This would be an amazing small business cart where I would sell food in New York. I could finally afford to sell my own food at a stand. I could finally stop feeding my family scraps of food. I could finally go to live my dream of never being poor again. I could finally go back to school. I could finally end my suffering. But then you came along. The fuck did I do? You see, the health department came by and it was all because of you that my hot dog cart was taken down. All because you decided to make my proud stand filthy with your fuck. Do you have any idea how hard it was to eventually afford something like that, let alone the time it took to get permits? Do you have any idea how bloody my face would get?
You're the real reason why Tainted and his girl broke up.
What? I didn't do anything. Thank you, Oddity, but I didn't do nothing. Retro didn't even say a word. All he felt was remorse and stared at the masked man without blinking as the warm droplets slowly dripped down from his eyes to his cheek. What did I do? The masked man took his mask off and Retro then confirmed it was the man from the hot dog truck, which he desecrated. I lost everything that day. Health inspectors came and shut down my stand. People then stole my truck and tried to go set up my cart somewhere in the city, wouldn't report me. They just stole my entire stand. I quit my other jobs just to run that stand. Now my family is dead. I couldn't even provide for them anymore. Why did you do it, Retro? Wait, your family died? Why did you ruin my life? I just wanted to be happy, said the hot dog man as he was tightly shaking the gun on his hand. Somebody started walking through the door. Hey, Retro, you want to go get some food? Retro heard a loud explosion, saw a bright light, and heard his ears ringing. Retro saw Ace Operative on the floor. I'm not gonna question anything anymore, bro. You fucking piece of shit. That was my friend Ace Operative, said Retro. Do you understand an ounce of what I felt just... Wait, do you understand an ounce of what I felt just now, said the hot dog man. Mercy? Retro began sobbing on his chair with his hands up while hyperventilating every bit of word that he could muster. I always feel pain, Retro said while struggling to breathe. The hot dog man saw the look in Retro's eyes. He saw the extreme amounts of pain being displayed in his eyes. Retro feared that his family was walking through the door at any second now. The hot dog man knew Retro was beginning to fear everything before his eyes. Luxray across the hall.
Hey, Manny, is everything okay?
Answer her, said the hot dog man. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just streaming Call of Duty. I forgot to put down my volume. Don't come in. All right, we're gonna go Christmas shopping. Do you want any food? She exclaimed. I'm all right, I yelled. Retro and the hot dog man waited for the sounds of Retro's front door to close. You know, Retro, I forgive you now. What? I forgive you, the hot dog man said while he started to sniffle. The fear I saw in your face after I shot your friend, the fear for your family, I don't think I really want to put anyone through that pain anymore. I'm sorry, said the hot dog man. Betrayal? Oh my God. The hot dog man began to break down crying with the gun still in his hand and his knees were dropping to the floor. Retro began to break down in tears alongside him. They were both on their knees when the hot dog man decided to drop his gun by his side and hug Retro. Retro knew what he had to do at that moment. Retro slowly picked up the gun in one arm as he was still hugging him. What's your name? Retro asked. Felix. A hurricane of tears dropped while Retro was ready to unleash a lightning from his hand. Felix looked up, closed his eyes, and smiled while hugging Retro. Everything went black. Why you made me such a monster? I'm not this evil. Retro woke up looking at Felix's lifeless eyes as a pool of blood besmirched Retro's cheek. I will never let anything or anyone ruin what I've worked so hard to achieve. I won't let this set me back. Not now, not ever, Retro thought to himself. Epilogue! Retro looked behind him. Standing up was Ace. How did you survive this man's bullet? Retro yelled. I guess I have a thick skull. On some Usopp shit. I must have bounced off me. Man, those are some hard Nerf bullets, Ace said. Retro began to burst out laughing and said, let's go get some Subway. Oh man, okay man. Okay man. What the fuck did I just read? Okay, Tainted be cooking with the pen. Tainted, yo man, you get high, bro. Cause what are these stories?